It will be the dawn of a new day for labor unions as a new union-friendly policy goes into effect tomorrow. Now, under the new guidelines, federal agencies are encouraged to use unions on construction projects where the total cost to the government is $25 million or more. But this could hurt small businesses who work as subcontractors on the projects and may not be unionized. Our next guest says the new policy is a payback to union bosses and will only hurt taxpayers, small businesses, and cost jobs. Welcome from D.C., Brett McMahon, Vice President for Business Development of Miller&Long Construction, is a non-union contractor. Good to see you again, Brett. Thanks for being here. So,
thank you for having me. Just
to emphasize, for those folks who don't know, 27% unemployment in construction. This industry has been hit really hard, and 80% of all folks in construction are non-union.
85, actually.
85%. Okay, so yes. The fact is that you're limiting the number of construction firms that could take these contracts to a very small percent, right?
Yes, and in fact, those people that are ending up possibly working on these things, if they're not union members, which of course is about almost a 9 out of 10 chance that they are not union members, they're going to have to pay dues during the course of their construction, whether they choose to join the union or not.
So let's just put a fine point on that for a second. If I'm a construction worker, I'm not a member of a union for whatever reason, if I'm working on one of these construction, I have to pay the union even if I'm not a member.
That's exactly right, even though you've already paid for it in your taxes, yes.
It doesn't seem to make sense.
No, and there's a number of other ways that this really harms a worker in particular. Probably most significantly is the fact that the employer has to take out about 4 to 6% of the guy's weekly paycheck and put it into a union pension plan that has a 5-year vesting schedule as a minimum. There isn't a construction project in this country in the last 30 or 40 years that has taken that long to complete. So all that money gets taken out of the individual's paycheck, gets thrown into the pool to pay for, frankly, these massively underfunded union pension plans, especially in construction.
And the other thing that bothers me as a taxpayer is, if there's a big project, over $25 million is real money. If there's a big project, I want as many construction companies as possible competing for that contract. So as a taxpayer, I get the best price. If I'm limiting the pool to maybe 10% or 15% of the total, I'm not going to get the best deal for my money.
That's true, and we've seen that over and over and over again. Matter of fact, the Wilson Bridge here that spans the Potomac River was completed not too long ago. Was a perfect example. There was a 40% decrease in the bid price between the situation where there was a PLA and then they took it away with the President Bush's
hold on a second.
order.
PLA means Project Labor Agreement.
Yes.
That's a union contract. Go ahead.
Yeah. 40% decrease in the cost. You had one contractor when there was a project labor agreement. Then the second go-around, there were 17 bids that's exactly what happens. That's free enterprise. That's natural competition. That's what these guys can't live with. In fact, they're going even farther now. What we've just discovered in the new Kerry Lieberman Cap and Tax 2.0. In section 4103 on page 842, they actually incorporate Presidential Executive Order 13502 that encourages project labor agreements into the new windmills and fairy tales bill. I mean, it's every rock you look under.
Fairy tales. I hadn't heard that one. By the way, we got to run, but I should emphasize the government says that this is not an absolute requirement. They say you should do this, but they're saying it is not. They're not twisting anybody's arms. What do you say to that?
Yeah, Louis XIV used to encourage people too. You know, it's really not. The goal here is the pension funds. In fact, there's a union pension bailout bill working through Congress right now. That's the entire aspect here. That's what's going to happen.
Brett McMahon, Miller&Long Construction. We wish you the very best. It's tough times, but I hope you get through them. Good to see you, Brett. Coming up on deck, Greeks planning another big strike soon. Also, time is running out to vote bailing out Europe. Is that a buy, sell, or hold? Text 369-249. Your answer's coming up. And the Gatlin brothers have a thing or